What's going on, people? This is going to be the Lando Calrissian review of Mudbound, directed by Dee Reese, and she also did the screenplay as well. This film is on Netflix, so you can check it out. It's a full-length feature. Netflix is changing the game up, putting together some quality content, but this film, it was a great film. The film is basically about two families in the South whose two family members, one white, one black, goes to World War II. And this film stars Carl Evison is one of the producers. This is Mary J. Blige in it, Jason Clarke, Jason Mitchell, which if y'all remember is Eazy-E from Straight Outta Compton, Carey Mulligan, and Turk, if anybody remembers Turk from Daredevil, he plays the patriarch in the black family. This film, man, it shows, and it comes in a first-person narration between three different characters. You have Jason Mitchell's character, who is named Ronzel, who is a black youth that goes to World War II. And it was interesting about World War II is for particularly black people at that time was that a lot of intellectuals and people believe that if we as black people go to fight in World War II and show that we can participate and show that we're a part of America, that we will be showing and show other Americans that we want to be a part of what this country is being built with, that we could put our boots on the ground and help out as well. World War I a little bit had that, but a lot of black troops didn't get involved until towards the end of World War I. At that time, you had the Harlem Hellfighters, certain different battalions. I believe the Buffalo Soldiers even had a battalion that continued to that time that went over to World War I. But Jason Mitchell's character is Ronzel, which he is a tank battalion operator who is a part of an all-black battalion that's under General Patton. And then on the other side, you have the other white family who has their son, Jamie, go off to war, and he is a pilot in the war. I'm not going to spoil too much as goes on in this film, but it's kind of ill. It's a discussion. There's a discussion, and both of these characters come back from World War II, and they back in Mississippi is where they're both from. And Jamie's family own the land that Ronzel family works on. So there's basically sharecropping there with rice, cotton, all kind of different crops. And it's funny the juxtaposition because the white family that owns that land bought the land that they were already tilling on. They were already sharecropping with someone else. The white family, with Jamie's family, the McAllens, they buy that land. Their father gets them to buy that land, and they basically become, as Turk's character, who is it's escaping me right now. I think it's Hap Jackson. It's Hap Jackson. Rob Morgan is the person that portrays Hap Jackson. But he says he has an ill line there. He says, "I'm not sharecropping, I'm shit sharing," which was the whole concept. They were trying to come out of nothing. His whole Haps and that family's whole thing was getting out of that, owning their own land and making their own way, which most black people were after slavery. Because I remember World War II is only 60 years after slavery. I mean, not 60 years after slavery, 80 years after slavery. So people are still trying to make their way and become a part of what people deem as this American dream or the American apple pie. Well, Hap and his family are those people trying to initiate and move forward. And it shows the trials and tribulations that both of these characters that come back from World War II find out. Ronzel comes back to racism back in this country. He went over to Germany and fought for America, and he was a hero there. Jamie comes back with, both of them come back with a form of PTSD, but Jamie comes back with PTSD as well as a lot of other hurt and shame for some of his comrades that did not come back. And there was an ill scene, is not to spoil it, but this scene is so dope. He's having a conversation with Ronzel about how he comes to a position, because they become friends, and he said, "Why are you defending me so much?" Because Ronzel, all he knows is white people putting their foot on black people's neck. and they're having a conversation, they're hanging out, and he says to me, like, what changed with you to be able to be cool with someone being black and garner a friendship and understand, respect what I did for this country as well. Because Ronzel comes back and he's basically going right back into racism. They don't care that he's a patriot. If anything, they hate him more because he did come back with these stripes and this different mind state, and he's basically an uppity nigga. And Jamie and Ronzel had this conversation. He talks about how he almost gets shot down, and they show the scene as well. And I knew it was kind of going to happen because just knowing historically what kind of happened a lot of times at that time. So he's down and out, and all he says he hears is a P-22 flying up on him, and everything is quiet. And he looks to his left and he sees a red tail on it, painted in red, painted in red, and he says, I see a black person there. And he gives me a salute and he just flies off. And he realized then that we were all the same. They came. And that's Tuskegee Airmen for people that may not know what a rail tail would be. And he realized then that those black men went up there and saved his ass and were there on the same mission he was on, shedding the same blood. We're all the same people. And it gets ill. The concept and the disposition is ill in there. Mary J. Blige plays great in there. She looked like Whoopi Goldberg. That's no disrespect in saying that for those people that be like, oh, you trying to diss. No. She's acting in here where she plays the matriarch of the Jackson family, and she kills it as the mother to this family trying to get out of the Mississippi. And the whole idea is Mudbound is there's a lot of rain, a lot of things going on. They're trying to grow crops, and the idea is that basically showing how Hap and his family are trying to grow and become better. And also Jamie and the other family is trying to become better as well within this climate of racism in the South and after World War II. I know people have been saying this is going to have Oscar accommodations, things like that. I don't see how it's not. This movie is good, very good. It gives a very personal portrayal without being too heavy-handed or like, oh, this is racism. It gives it a lot of nuance, and it's a lot of high impact scenes, and it's a lot of climactic scenes, and it just shows the diversity of the experience of being in a racist system, especially at that time in the 40s, coming back from World War II. I would definitely encourage anyone to see this film. It's a black woman that directed this. This is a must-see film. It's on Netflix. You should not miss this. I'm giving this a 5 out of 5. Straight up a 5 out of 5. It was a great film. I really, really, really loved it. You need to check this out. Keep subscribing to the Lando Calrissian Experience on our YouTube page, on our iTunes, Stitcher, anywhere you get that out. Email us, landocalpod@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter, landocalpod, and Lando Calrissian Experience on Facebook as well. And we'll be coming up with some more reviews of different films, and we're going to keep hitting y'all. Thanks. Peace.